Hello and welcome to Floorex. Today I'd like to show you a few features and benefits of the JointMaster 200 saw. So it's just a bit of history. This particular machine was built and designed back in the early 2000s. Since then been through a few design upgrades and is still made here in Australia. So the JointMaster 200 has a Metabo as the power unit. And we do this because it's very compact and it also very powerful and lightweight, so we use that to our advantage, and it's also a very standard tool to use, very easy to service. So the main uses for the JointMaster 200 is joint cleanout, straight line cutting, decorative joint cutting. It can also accept more than one blade, so you can stack them side by side or a distance apart. It has quite a wide shroud, which we'll have a look at in a moment, to accept those blades. So it can accept V-segment blades, it can also accept standard 2 or 3 or 4 mil wide blades, and also can accept wire brushes, of course. So it's a very versatile unit. So just to be clear, this machine is not a road saw, but it is a very compact and powerful joint cleanout saw. The JointMaster 200 can cut up to 35mm deep, and it has a range of features which are quite unique to this style of machine. It has a full-fingered trigger up here at the top to make it more ergonomic to use through the day. The wheels, it has a set of 3 large precision ball bearing wheels. This makes it track straighter and easier to use. It also has a very effective shroud, so we'll have a look at that in a moment, how that works. Along with the standard Floorex 50mm hose cuff connection. It also has a built-in pin spanner holder here to keep the tools in place. It also has a pointer that we can use to follow existing cracks or joints, and also so that we can follow a string line, of course. It has precise depth control adjustment, as you can see here, releasing the clamp, and you can raise the blade up and down inside the shroud. So that's one of the very unique features of the JointMaster. We'll have a look at that in a moment. The last feature I want to cover off on the JointMaster is it can be used by hand. So when I say that, I mean instead of standing up behind here and using the trigger, you can remove this particular handle here. So I'll release that now. I won't disconnect the wires for the moment, just for this demonstration. So you'd use the plug and plug that into the wall as usual, of course. You can place one hand on here and use the trigger to start and stop the machine. Another hand here, and you can use that particular machine on your hands and knees, or if you're up on a bench top, for instance, you can do it there. It makes the machine a lot more versatile. So let's put this handle back on. So we talked about the effective shroud. So one of the distinct advantages and features of the JointMaster 200 is that instead of raising the shroud along with the grinder or the power unit, we keep the shroud in place along with the wheels. So you'll see when we adjust the height of the machine that the head actually goes up and down inside the shroud. This means that at all times there's a perfect shroud seal against, brush seal against the floor. So no matter what height you have the machine at, the shroud and the brush is always touching the floor perfectly, and you get a perfect dust control. So using this feature where the head goes up and down inside the shroud, we've also made it a lot easier to change the blades and accessories in the machine. So to show you what I mean, we'll now fit a blade to this machine and show you how easy it is to do. So to do that, we release this T-bar, as you can see here, but we continue to undo it until it clears the recess, as you can see in this position here. Don't have to remove the T-bar completely. Once you've done that, you'll see that the head of the unit slides down past the locking mechanism here. At that point, we can tilt the machine over and onto its side. You can slide the head completely out of the shroud, and we have full access to the blade mounting and accessories. So here we have a JointMaster blade. I'll grab the pin spanner now. And we lock the blade, of course. Undo the blade nut. and fit the blade into the machine. Tighten the blade nut, as you can see. And then we slide the head back up inside the shroud, and we can now bring the machine back over onto its wheels and lock the head in the right position. So as you can see, very easy to change the blades and accessories in the JointMaster 200. So there's a few features. Remember, the JointMaster 200 is made in Australia, so you're supporting local jobs. You also expect top class service and support, as you always do from Floorex. Thanks for watching.